Reminds me of Hustle and Flow when they turn off the fans right before they start. Keep hustling, and you ain't waiting for me, and you ain't waiting for me. Keep moving.
You did good, Arnold. My brother, not so good.
I just forgot to turn off the AC. Camera guy good?
Action.
What's going on, Faded Culture? It's Sergio Barron, and we are back with another haircut tutorial. Today I got my boy Arnold here on the chair, and I'm gonna be breaking down my step-by-step process on how to do a skin mid-fade. And also I'm gonna show y'all how to throw some texture on top. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all check out our store at fadedculture.co, where we got a bunch of merch, tools and products, barbering products, that is like our barber smocks, barber capes, shaving gel, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, now let's jump right into this tutorial. Alright guys, so to start any haircut with shears, I always dampen the hair really well. That way it facilitates your sectioning that much easier. I'm gonna go ahead and use our very own Faded Culture shears. Y'all can go ahead and find these at fadedculture.co. But first we're gonna start by horseshoeing out that top section and separating the parietal ridge from it. From here, we're gonna go ahead and start picking our length that we will be cutting on the parietal ridge area and the crown area. So this is where I pick my length. It's basically knuckle to skin. I just bring my knuckles all the way to the skin, and whatever hair I grab and hangs out away from my fingers is what I will trim away. And I'm gonna do this as I go all around the crown area and then reaching forward towards the sides of the parietal ridge, and then just do the same thing on the opposite side. You can see on the sides, his hair was already fairly short, so I didn't need to do that much cutting. But after that, I went ahead and just split his hair down the middle, combed both sides to one side to the left, one side to the right, and then just made sure to cut anything that hanged over the fade. So as you see here, I just comb down and then just snip away anything that hangs over. So we're basically just matching up this top length of hair to the side parietal ridge length that we had chose. And now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and part out our profile section down the middle, about 2 fingers in width of a section. And this is where you're gonna determine the length that you will cut on top and also the shape. As you see here, I put the comb in a straight manner to show you the direction that I will be cutting in my line. I'm basically just cutting a square shape on top. So I'm pulling my fingers up straight, parallel from the head, and just cutting that line across all the way until I reach the back crown area. And now that we cut in the length and the shape on the profile section, we can start again from the back crown area. And now we're just gonna match everything down the middle to that profile section. As you see, I'm just picking up a small section at a time, moving forward about a finger in length at a time, and I'm just point cutting just to help give it that textured finish up top. And we're gonna do this until we reach the front forehead area and everything is matched up to our center profile section. And now that you're done going down the middle, you're gonna scoot over to the right side and do the exact same thing. But since this area is where the head rounds, I'm gonna go ahead and still keep that square shape motion. That square shaped line. So as I grab a section, you'll notice that I lift my fingers straight parallel as if his head was a flat top. And that's kind of the shape that I'm trying to cut in, which is a square shape. And then all I'm doing is matching it to that profile section down the middle. And we're gonna repeat the same steps that we did in the middle right here to the right side until we reach the front of the head. And then once you're done all along the right side of his head, we're gonna repeat the exact same steps, but now on the left side. Again guys, just grab that section, straighten out your fingers to a straight line, and then just cut away. And I'm doing this, like I said, just to keep a square shape up top, and you're basically just leaving more length on the sides of his head. This way we're not matching the head shape. We're gonna leave more length on the sides. The top sides, I mean. But yeah guys, once we're done with the shear work up top, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my blow dryer and blow dry his hair really well until it's completely dry so we can go ahead and start our clipper work. First, I'm gonna start with our trimmers to set in my first guideline. And since this is a mid fade, I'm gonna start right under the temple peak area and make sure that first guideline slants as I reach the back of the head. Then after this line, I'm gonna go ahead with clipper, no guard, lever all the way open, laying down my next guideline, coming up about a finger in length from that previous line. Just with soft, gentle strokes, guys, you're gonna set in these lines. Next, 1 finger above that, I'm gonna go ahead and come in with my 1 guard, still with that lever all the way open. And again, just like we did before, running that guideline above the previous one as parallel as possible. And now we're gonna start trying to blend the rest up into the top length. I'm gonna grab my 1.5 clip and just slightly come up a little bit higher than from where I was before. Now here with my next guard, as you see, I'm trying to imitate what I'm doing here with the comb. I'm trying to keep that square shape. So since this is the area where the head starts to round, with the 2 guards lever all the way open, you see here I'm kind of scooping out as I reach that curvature of his head so that we don't dig in and cut too much on the top of his hair. But that's pretty much it for setting in the guidelines. Now you're left with these 2 guidelines. Yeah, we're gonna focus on taking out that top one. And for that one, we're gonna start with this half guard lever position at 3/4. And all that is the lever between halfway and fully open. Once you've established that position, I'm gonna start blending out that line a little at a time. And all I'm doing is crossing just right over it. I'm not pushing it too high or anything. I'm just softening the initial start of that guideline. Then whatever bulk it creates right above, I'm gonna still leave that lever at that 3/4 spot, but next I'm throwing on the 1 guard to finish taking out that guideline. So again, just using soft, gentle strokes is that's all it needs to take out these guidelines. And now for that last guideline, starting with that clipper lever fully closed, I'm gonna take it out. I am gonna focus on just from the ear to the temple peak area of a section at a time, just since it takes more lever position to take out. So here I started with the clipper lever closed, then I opened it halfway, continue blending just slightly a little bit higher, and then I just went ahead and opened it all the way open to finish taking it out. By this point, it shouldn't need much blending, but you can go in there in a detailed fashion to completely take it out. And then just repeat the exact same steps as you move along that line until it's completely taken out. So again, guys, starting with that clipper lever closed, then halfway, and then fully open until it's blended out. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the bottom of the hair with our trimmers. And as you see here, I'm kind of tapering out as I reach the top of that hairline. And that's just so that we leave that little faint line so that we know how high to come up with our electric shavers, as you see here. And if you do so happen to leave a small little faint line, just come back in with your trimmers to blend it out. But then here, I'm gonna go back in and do some touch-up work. I threw on my half guard, position that lever at 3/4, and then just look for any little dark inconsistencies in the fade. And with the corners of the clippers, I went ahead and blended it out. In some areas that I noticed that I needed to go a little higher, so I went ahead and opened the lever all the way just so that I can go ahead and do that. But that's pretty much it for the fade, guys. You're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on the right side of his head and then on the back side. So as you see here, now since I did the right side, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the back side. As you see here, I left a little small guideline. I didn't fade all the way through on both sides. And that's just so that when I come back and connect these 2 lines, I have some sort of a guide so that I'm not lost or my line is not set uneven in the back. But then again, once you set in that first guideline, you're gonna proceed by doing the exact same steps with setting in your guidelines and then blending them right out as we did on the left side of his hair. And again, guys, all these steps will be left down in the description in written format, along with all the tools that we use in these videos for y'all to better follow along that way. And also, guys, if y'all are taking any kind of knowledge from these videos, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, as that does help us. Feel free to share it, and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel for more videos and content like this. But then, just like we did on the sides, take out the rest of the bottom of the hair and follow through with your electric shaver to get that fade down to a true skin fade. And for the front, since we are going to edge them up, I went ahead and tapered out the front with my number 4 guard lever closed. And then I went ahead and applied some spritz. This is just to harden up the hair. So I apply some with the pump it up spritz, and then I just blow dry the hair as I comb it down until it's completely dry to the touch. And once it's dry, we're gonna go ahead and set in our straight line across the forehead, starting from the middle and then just making sure it flows straight across his forehead until we can create that box shape on the sides. So take your time, be consistently stepping back so that you ensure that you're going across as straight as possible. But once I'm done with the forehead area, I'm gonna just quickly come in and detail any areas that I will be using with my straight razor, including the eyebrows and his goatee area. So I just trimmed away anything that hanged over his lip and then just quickly hardened up the lines around the whole facial hair. Then I just got rid of all the stubble on his face and then lined up the bottom of the goatee before we came in with our electric shaver to shave out everything nice and down to the skin. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and use our very own faded culture Turkish razor and razor blades. Again, guys, you can find all of our tools and products at fadedculture.co. But for the Turkish razor, I like to snap off the edges of the razor so I can better slide it into the front of this Turkish razor. And then using our shaving gel, just grabbing a generous amount and applying it throughout all areas that I will be shaving, and then following it up with a little bit of water just to help preserve the life of that shaving gel without it drying out during the shave. Then just shave against your hard lines, and I also shave against the grain to get that much closer to the skin, and that just helps the shave last that much longer. Again, guys, apply it also to the eyebrow areas and then just slightly tug on the skin with your opposite hand. That way you can better create that tension on the skin and it helps that razor blade slide a little more with ease. But once I was done with my shaving, I went ahead and added some more point cutting up top, but I actually started doing the point cutting a little deeper. As you could see, all I'm doing is cutting in these 45-degree diagonal lines up top to create that deeper texture, without taking out any more length than we already did at the beginning. But after that, just went ahead and blow dried everything and added a little bit of enhancements. Now this part is optional, but if y'all do like or want to use them, just mix equal parts of dye with water in an airbrush and then just lightly apply them on. Before adding our clay, I like to dampen the hair a little. I'll apply a small, about a dime size of it, and work it deep into the hair down to the root. And then I just use my blow dryer on high heat setting until it's completely dry. And then once it's dry, I change it to that coach setting shot. That way we lock in the style that we're looking for. You can even apply some hairspray at the end just to help lock it in. But I like to just spray it high and let the hairspray fall on the hair so that it don't spray too much onto the actual hair. But there was the before, and then here's the after on a mid-skin fade with some texture on top, guys. If y'all enjoyed this video, please, again, like I said before, give it a thumbs up, as that does help us a lot. Make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel. And let us know down in the comments what y'all did or didn't like about the video, or some other suggestions of videos that y'all like to see. But again, guys, my name is Sergio Barron. This is Faded Culture, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.